Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. Today I'm going to write the Life in the UK test for the second time. So I wrote yesterday. I was here yesterday like 4 p.m. to write, and guess what? I failed. Yes, I didn't pass. So I'm here today. Immediately I got the result, I booked again. So I'm here to take it for the second time, and I'm running behind time. But when I go and come back, we're gonna have a talk. I'm gonna tell you everything in between Life in the UK test, why I failed, and why you should avoid this mistake. Avoid it at all costs. So the cost of the exam is £50 or £65. So if you get it at a later date, you can get it at £50. But if the date is very close, or depending on the center location, you can get it for £65 because of an administrative charge of £15. So the first one I got it for 50, but this particular one I got it for 65. And it's an exam that you need if you want to settle in the UK, if you want to settle as a resident, a permanent resident, or apply for your British citizenship, and you are above the age of 18. It doesn't matter whether you're a dependent or you're a main applicant or whatever. As far as you're above the age of 18, you need to write this exam. And I think the age limit is from 18 to, is it 75 or 17? I'm not too sure, but when I remember, I'll write it on the screen. And you need to book via a link also, which I'll put in the description box, as well as the materials that I used. Okay, so you can write this exam anytime you want. It doesn't have an expiration date, right? You can write it at any time that you are ready. It's not really difficult, but I'll say that you have to read and practice. Read and practice. Otherwise you'll be in for a shock. So you can see from my eyes, I haven't slept the whole night. I haven't slept because I want to get it done with. I feel like this is the time that I'm ready. I've got the time and everything I have now to get it done with, because from next week I'm going to be super busy, and I don't know what is going to come up afterwards. I may not have the time again, and I don't want to be under pressure when I'm almost applying for my permanent residency. That's why I'm doing it now. So yeah, that's just that about it. When you have finished writing, whether you passed or failed, whatever, you're gonna get a reference number, so that when you're doing your application, you will put it in the application so the Home Office can authenticate the result. The setup is just like the way we write our CBT test for the nurses. The way we write our CBT test is just the same way. So you're going to go through the security checks, take your ID identification checks, they'll scan you, your body scan and all that, search you, make sure that you don't have anything. You shouldn't go with anything at all. Even your mobile phone needs to be switched off once you enter the premises. Only your ID card, which is either your passport or your BRP, that is accepted, right? And yes, after that you go into the room where the computer is. The test takes 45 minutes, but it's not something that is so, if you have really prepared, you wouldn't have to take much of a time to write. So yeah, it doesn't really take much of a time. It can take less than 15 minutes, because I know people who have done it like that. As for the study materials, as I said, I'm going to link them in the description box. So the mistake I made was that the study materials I used at first, which is the official Home Office materials, was what made me fail. Because all my friends that have written were telling me that, no, don't use that, use this particular one. And I was like, I think that maybe they might have changed the trend of questions. So I went to use the Home Office official materials. After buying that one, I bought that that booklet or whatever it is. I bought it. So it's the booklet, and it's an ebook. So it's an ebook and then the sample questions. And I slept by this and I still failed. And after that, interestingly, the questions I saw, when I came back, I started going through the apps that my friends sent me, and I realized that all the questions I saw yesterday were actually on the app, not in the book. So that's why I failed. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a second try, and when I come back, we're gonna talk more about what to expect on the test date. As I said, it's nothing that is difficult, and the staff are so supportive. Not supportive as in giving you let me rephrase it. Not supportive as in giving you any assistance, but I mean, they are friendly. right? Throughout the body checks and identity checks and all that, they are friendly, but no support. And also, the setup is like CBT for the nurses. If you have written a driver's exam before, driver's license exam, the theory test, you see the way the setup is. That's the same setup. And then after you finish, they're going to tell you in like 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to get an email to tell you whether you've passed or failed. So it will tell you the areas that you failed and how many questions you had wrong, and to tell you whether you passed or failed. So yeah, basically that's that. Let me just go and come because let me reserve my energy. Let me just go through. I've got some books here. Not books. I've got some points in this book. I don't want to go into the app again to start solving questions because I've got like just 5-10 minutes to go. So I'm going to go through the points I've jotted in this book, and then I'll go and come back. See you. Peace out.
You have to wait for results.
Guys, yes, I have to wait for results now. They have to email me first. This is 10 minutes after I left, isn't it? How many minutes now since I left? It's 12. I think I left like 40. Oh.
Yeah, 12.
About 11:40. I went to do the ID checks and all that, as I said. And then I went in. And as I said, that book that I bought from UKVI, waste of time, waste of money, waste of energy, waste of resources. So this new app that my friends introduced me to, every question was in that. Every question was in the app. Every question in the app is what I saw. There were bits of them that were a bit confused, like 5 of the questions. I wasn't too, although I've read though, but because of the pressure. And then one thing that happened to me also, when I signed my signature, when you enter, you have to register that you've come to sit for the test. You have to sign against your name. My signature, they kept telling me that my signature is different from what is in my passport. So the signature in my passport is different from what I am signing on the paper. I signed 4 signatures. Before the last one, they said it is similar, but it's not the same. I said, please, I'm under pressure. I'm under duress. Let me just go. They said, no, they have to be sure. So he went inside to ask another colleague to confirm, like to compare all the 4 signatures against what is in the passport. And then the person said it was okay. And then he came to tell me that, he just wanted to make sure that, it's permitted for me to write. So guys, I'm waiting for my result. It is going to be in by email, right? So the result comes in by email like 5 to 10 minutes after you've written. So I'm nervous. Although I know a good part of me feels like I have passed. Yes, because I've prepared since yesterday. I haven't slept. A good part of me feels like I have passed. I might not pass by 24/24, right? So the questions are 24 and you need to pass by 75% mark, which is 18. You need to get 18 of the questions correct out of the 24. I might not pass by 24/24, but I know that I'll definitely get above the 18. Definitely. So I'm just waiting for my results and I'll show you guys in a minute. I'm nervous. Are you optimistic? You're optimistic? You believe me, oh? Even yesterday, the way you believed me and I told you I felt so disappointed. I felt like a disappointment. We'll wait for the results before we go home. You want to drive when you haven't seen my results? Babe. It's good you're the one driving, please. Me, I can't take it. Oh God. I don't know why I'm so nervous. But yes, I said this is towards your ILR application. So if you are planning to apply for ILR in the UK, which is your indefinite leave to remain or British citizenship, they're going to ask you, are you using it to apply for British citizenship or ILR? But once you've written it for the ILR, you don't need to retake it for British citizenship. It's once in a lifetime. So, and it doesn't expire. So you can write it anytime you're ready. I am not due for ILR yet until next year. But I just felt like, let's get it out of the way. Let's get out of the way, done with. So that I know that it's gone. So yeah, that's it. But now I'm sure the result is in. Hold on, let me. Guys, congratulations! I don't even know why I'm screaming. This is a very easy test. Yeah, you can go here or straight. It doesn't matter. This is a very easy test, very easy, and I've passed. Congratulations to me. Ooh. If I had used this material, this particular app I'm talking about, if I had used it yesterday for yesterday's own, I wouldn't have failed. I wouldn't have failed because I really prepared. It's just that unfortunately that material is just a waste of time. I can't overemphasize it. It's waste of time. Don't waste your time. I'm gonna link this app. It's free. This app is free. You can download it, you can send it to a friend, you can do whatever. If I had used this, we can go this way, baby. Sorry. I'm not supposed to give you direction. I'm doing a video. Sorry. If I had used this app, we're going straight. If I had used this app before, I wouldn't have come back to say, oh, I failed. But then the beauty is that after failing, you can book immediately. You don't need to like wait any period. No. Because yesterday, immediately I had the results. Immediately I rebooked that same minute. In fact, I didn't even get home. At the car park where I received the result and said you failed, unfortunately, there and then I rebooked because I knew that this is nothing that's 24 questions. Why should we? I was there for 10 minutes for the exam itself, which was only because I wanted to be sure because of my past experiences. So I was like, let me just go over again. So I've passed. In case you're coming across my channel for the very first time, my name is Becca. I'm an immigrant nurse. I'm originally from Ghana and I am trying to settle in the United Kingdom. I am trying to settle here in the United Kingdom. I've been here for approximately 4 years. It's my 4th year now, and I'm just getting this done and out of the way so that I can apply for my settlement next year when I'm due. This is where I call home. I'm not leaving the UK anytime soon. That way. I'm not leaving the UK anytime soon until I get my British passport. So that is what I'm working towards, getting the settlement for myself and for my family. So yes, that is just what I've got to do, and it's been successful. So you just left with the application. And aside this exam, to prove your settlement in the UK, also you need to be a good citizen of the country. You need to be on a valid visa, and your employer needs to state that you are still needed for that job that you are currently in, which I know I'm needed in. Yep. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, for constantly coming back to the channel, and until we meet again in my next video, bye.